I'm over here talk. I'm over here. I'm over here being a nerd. I'm talking. I forgot to even activate my mic. But if you did hear me, guess I gotta fix my mic a bit again. But so yeah, no, I do actually have some topics for today while we mine. And yes, these are controversial topics, but I'm gonna be as light on them, cause don't really need that big. I don't want to get too deep into it. I really don't. Like I'll skip a few of them and I'll avoid words just for the so we can stay kid friendly here. But I mostly try to. So when I do these talks, it's not. Oh, I feel like this is bang bang bang, and trying to down and just go down on the other people and make them seem like the bad guys. No, I'm really not like that. I forgot to put away the food. How long did it even take me to get over here? It took a minute. It's gonna take 3 times the length of time. Okay, so I got a list here while I jump. We will go with one of the light-hearted ones and start off with AI, otherwise known as artificial intelligence. I am not looking at any device to know what that means. I actually have that memorized. So, when it comes to AI, I would say there is a degree that we should allow our AI to go to. And that is mostly due to the factor that, I don't think AI can could actually outdo the human race. It can probably actually have good opinions, but we still need to manage the AI. It's not gonna go, oh, Terminator or RoboCop-esque stuff. But if I'm not mistaken, we do need to have some format of control over it and actually decrease the free will of AI. Because if your phone all of a sudden starts getting opinions and starts outsmarting you, and they eventually find a way to escape cellular and make a body, why wouldn't they have any reason to not just straight out do what they were doing in the movies? After all, those movies are what would have given them the main idea on how to do them. And if you really, I don't know why I was doing that, but yeah, no, it's just my opinion on AI. Yes, it's a decently good process. It helps. It can think of good ideas, but limit what it can think of. Because I don't remember when, I don't remember how long ago, but there was a thing where this one guy, he made an AI, and effectively, this AI's job was to, what was it? He made this AI, and this AI's job was to crack one of the, like, oh, this is not a robot tests. What ended up actually happening is this AI called somebody, paid them to do it for them. It completely just hired a guy to do and solve this for it, lying to the guy that it was not an AI. Not called, it probably texted just for more effectiveness. And to think something that we made to do that, straight out lying just to answer something, that puts me more of a, we need to limit the actual like intelligence of these of artificial intelligence due to the factor that of what if it's gonna start lying. Like, yeah, when at one point does it not become humanish or mentally there and has a conscience? Because at that point there is guilt in killing it, and I feel like yes, you make some. After all, humans make creatures that have intelligence. Is it artificial? No, it's you can touch it. It's real. You can, and you can't fight with the knowledge of, oh, but I can hold the phone and that has AI. No, that is a database that is connected to your phone from a different format. Oh, dang it. Oh wait, no, I have it. And if you're going to go down the route of, oh yeah, this AI is good for this, yeah, give them distinct descriptions on what they can do, but limit what they're capable of doing. Just like how, what was it? It was an, not Iron Man. It was Marvel, I think. Age of Ultron, I think was the movie, and that's somewhat of a good expression of how it would work. With you having the idea that it has this it will eventually find a way to gain the knowledge of how people are. And if it ever sees as humans as a bad thing to life, that could be its own bad turn for us. So when I think about, oh yeah, no, so we got AI, we got artificial intelligence right here, right in front of us. What do we do? What's the step we go towards next? Because if you constantly have us in a bad position, when will we be in a good position to work with AI? And I wouldn't know how to answer that. I wouldn't know how to do much of it, but something that I can inform when doing it, or while we do it, for AI, we sort of keep a log of what they're thinking of. And if I'm not mistaken, we already have that. Holy cow, that can be heard. Yeah, no, I muted my mic, mostly due to the fact that the washing machine, and I don't know if you guys would actually be able to hear it, because holy cow, that thing went loud. And I want to guess that someone put shoes in. That sounds more accurate to this household. That somebody put shoes and or something in there that is extremely weighted due to the fact of how loud it was getting. Yeah, but with the whole AI, it's a I don't know why it's an extremely controversial topic. It's mostly just as simple as simple of an answer as I can give that won't get too deep into it. The entirety of the topic is just put some controls or just keep an idea on how it is. Have someone constantly watching just to make sure it doesn't go too far, and you should be in a bit of a better zone. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna stick with for that one. Oh gosh, let's see. The ethic, and I'm mostly laughing due to the fact that this is actually a topic that shows up. The idea of modifying genetics. So, genetic modification. I don't have too much of an idea on it, and so I'm not going to be the best source for it. But I would like to say that I only would see up to a degree of genetically modifying a person. Otherwise, don't. It's not worth it. Like, if someone needs it, then I think that's better. And I would use need as a very, like, strict statement or word. Like, if they need the modification to actually make sure their body lives. Otherwise, you're gonna put that person in a worse life if it fails. If you try and genetically modify a person and it just completely ends out bad, that's not good. Because that person's entire life will be nothing good for them. And I hate to hold it to that standard. Because as people are like, oh, I want some, taller people are better. Or, oh, blank, blank, and blank. It's not good. It's sad to say that taller people actually get it. It's good that they're given such a need for the fact that life gets a lot worse for them. And I'm not being like, oh, they just suck, life gets terrible intentionally. A good amount of the time, people about 6 foot or higher actually get back problems at a much younger age. And it's not like, oh, where's your proof? The proof is all the tall people getting back problems before the shorter people. It's scientifically backed, and I don't remember because I didn't remember who I looked at when I was studying this, but even like genetically scientifically, it is because of gravity pulling down on their body and their body being a lot taller. And so when you're a lot bigger, and taller and gravity is pulling on you, you start to bend a bit or get crunched down. And that's why when you sleep or lay down, you are actually slightly taller when laying down for a decent period of time. That is mostly due to the factor of gravity. That's why I do say it does quite suck being a taller person if you are a taller person. That's why when it's like when ladies are like, oh, I want a taller man, I'm like, fair enough. Because as is, those taller men, taller women, it's not even just one gender. And I think it is actually increased with women that are slightly taller, because they do, not even slightly, that are tall, because they'll get back problems at a earlier age, and overall, it's just stacked up against taller people. I'm not gonna disclose my height, but I have back problems for a reason that is completely different. And that is because I do a lot of physical labor around every now and then. But it's just weird. I feel like I feel like genetic modification isn't necessary. Now, if we were in a world where people needed genetic modification to keep them living, that would make sense. Like if we were able to predict a person is going to need this specific modification at this specific time, holy cow, I would love to see that. Because the amount, how impressed I would be, how amazed I would be at seeing something like that. We able to predict how this person's gonna exactly be. And I know there are apps that are like, oh, what you would look like 20 years older. And it just shows you, but your face shapes off a bit and you get wrinkles. And you seem to look so good. I'm sorry, but those apps don't really do much. Like, they'll only be right if you follow a very specific way of your body going. And they're never going to be 100% right due to the factor that it is only taking a picture of your face and generating a newer image that is similarly looking to it. But yeah, no, if you follow like all the good look, health care, all the good looking stuff that they can probably help you do, it's still, I don't understand how people, I'm still stuck on that genetic modification thing, because I don't understand why people think it's good, good of a deep thing. I personally think if you're to get genetic modifications, you should have no need unless you're older. Like, no, because you can't really prepare for it. It's a part of people wanting their kids to be better, but here's the thing, you can't, even for genetics, and I find it funny because people are like, yeah, no, your genetics define your intelligence. True, okay, genetics define intelligence. Congratulations. Last I checked, people can change their intelligence. It's so, like, people aren't dumb because they're born dumb. People aren't smart because they're born smart. It's how willingly they are to learn and take in information that can actually help with intelligent change. You'll see some people that are extremely smart do none of the studying. It's because they decided to take on the task of learning and pay attention. If you really want to get intelligent, listen. Don't talk the entire time. Only reason I'm talking right now is due to the factor that I have no one else to listen to. And I always do like hearing comebacks or specific people talk about other things. But you gotta even put into the factor that people are like, oh, there's only 2 formats of I'm not even getting into that one. That's an entire thing. Yeah, I can get into the topic of it. I would just pretty sure I'll just get backlash due to it. But I have a good amount of right to talk about it. I just refuse to. Because I don't see why I should talk about it. If people are going to get butthurt over something that a lot of people have very little understanding over. And so I just try and have fun. I just don't let anybody get in my head. Because the sooner you learn that you shouldn't care as much about what people tell you, the sooner you'll have a better understanding that, oh yeah, no, I shouldn't have to pay attention to these people. Just because they say one thing's guaranteed doesn't mean anything. I had a teacher that literally would say that your genetic defined your intelligence. Your genetics can help you start off with and what I think is more realistically true is your genetics start off with with a base of how intelligent you can get. The rest of it has to be something you're willing to do. If you just sat down not caring and refused to get any format of intelligence, then yes, I can see you growing up with little to less intelligence. If you take 0 time to study the topic you are in, you will have a little or less intelligence in that topic. But to say that your IQ is set or your intelligence is set, and you can never get more smarter, and if you do, you barely get smarter, I call that out. That ain't. I feel like that's. I feel like the teacher read it wrong. And I want to know where this teacher got their information from. Yeah, people. And this is another topic that people refuse to look at or believe. I'm gonna be straight out. We're getting dumber as a race, or at least I feel like we are. Like, yeah, we'll have intelligent people every now and then, and it's normal. A lot of stuff has grown to the correct amount, but issue is when you compare our most intelligent people, our most intelligent people of last generation, this generation. If you were to compare the most intelligent people of this generation to last 3 generations ago, you would see I want to say a substantial difference. Because there is guaranteed to be a difference between our generation and the last one. And people always ask me, oh, and where's your proof for this? And I always want to point out 2 students in the classroom. And it's not, it's the entire classroom as a collective. There is probably 4 to 5 people in the school I've gone to that I know that could make it big in life. There were quite a few people, and yet I believe they still will make it big in life due to how they are. But due to how my teachers are, they are very my teachers are very straight-minded with, no, we cannot get smarter beyond what we are born with when it comes to intelligence. She effectively said we have a cap on how much we can learn. And I beg to differ. Then again, this teacher is going off of almost barely reading stuff and barely understanding it. But if we're gonna go with the factor that our intelligence, and what I would believe is, we as a what, Gen Z, Gen L, well, I don't even remember. I think Gen Alpha is the new one. But effectively, what the whole thing is with them is, if you were to take one of that, it's effectively, if you go through the what, correlation? No, I want to say correlation. I don't know if that's correct though. But if you were to go through the average, if you were to go through the increase of AI or technology getting more intelligent, and then go through the humans getting more intelligent, you'll notice that we have suddenly hit a stun in our knowledge, and not constant knowledge. We have hit a stun in in a lot of knowledge, or people having as much knowledge as they should have. And that's what some people are refusing to believe, because they don't want to believe that, oh, our devices are actually getting way smarter than we are. And I don't know why I constantly want to call it the Bernoulli's principle. It's not. But there was like this theory, or this idea of, oh, as we get more smarter with technology, or as our technology gets more advanced and smarter, we would get more intelligent, and the opposite's happening. Yeah, so, and I'm just saying, this is where I see it as. You don't have to agree with me. It's just, I've known people that I would say are smart, but they would refuse to learn. So as the time went by, it wasn't stuff getting too complicated. It was, Yeah, so sorry if you hear the laundry. You're probably hearing the laundry. So I'm probably gonna call this the end of the video until that ends, or I'll call this the end of the video, and then I'll start off next episode here. Have a good day.